Coming up on today's Wild West. All aboard for a trip back in time aboard Colorado's Cumbres and Toltec Railroad. It's the same historic railroad that's been rolling down these tracks since the 1880s. Hey. Then we'll saddle up at Rainbow Trout Ranch, a Rocky Mountain Dude Ranch, fishing retreat, and much more. Today's Wild West, up next. The Wild West. It's still out there. And we'll show you how to find it. This is today's Wild West.
The present is gone, it's all the past.
A coal-fired steam train rumbles through the wide-open prairie of the American West. Heading up into the mountains, where the narrow-gauge railroad tracks will climb to over 10,000 feet as they cut through Cumbres Pass, the highest steam-powered railroad in North America. It may not be 1880, but it sure does look like it when you climb on board the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad.
It is a glimpse of the authentic West. We aren't reenacting the past. It just is the past.
This National Historic Landmark runs 64 winding miles between Chama, New Mexico and Antonito, Colorado, crisscrossing the state line 11 times along the way.
And then we'll go back into New Mexico and then back into Colorado. Boom, boom.
As the train chugs through remote, beautiful, and unspoiled country that looks much like it did when these tracks were first laid back in 1880.
The views are just gorgeous, and we just love like the charm of the old train, the tunnels, the ghost towns you go by. It's gorgeous.
Right.
Yeah.
Just seeing how like life would be like in yesteryear, right?
Yeah.
So.
While it feels faster, the train rolls along at just 12 miles an hour.
So it gives you an opportunity to see the America that the American dream was based on.
The slower pace also comes with no internet or cell phone service.
And at 12 miles an hour, the whole world gets huge. People slow down, they start to reconnect. We see it time after time. Husbands reconnecting with wives, parents with children, neighbors with neighbors, and redeveloping that sense of community.
It's just a good day trip for everyone to do. It's worth the money and getting away from everything and just enjoying the beauty.
The views are beautiful and the history is fascinating, which Docent Bonsall Johnson is happy to share.
I enjoy the people we meet and sharing something I'm really enthusiastic about.
On this rolling piece of living history, time has stood still in the cab of engine 487.
I just love it. I love steam trains.
Where fireman engineer Jake Vigil feeds the coal fire that powers the steam engine driven today by engineer Jeff Stebbins.
And this is nothing but a great big rubber band.
Stebbins has been a steam train engineer for more than 20 years.
The biggest part of it is knowing the track, to know where you need to make brake applications and keeping the train stretched. All these engines operate differently. They may look the same, but they all got their own personalities.
Jeff also flies airplanes, but he says piloting steam engines is much more challenging.
There's far more anticipation than an airplane. You not only have to watch what's in front of you, you got as much behind you to watch. You have to watch this whole train.
No complications today. Just a smooth ride with an ever-changing view out the window of an office where everyone is happy to come to work.
Well, there's a lot to like about it. It's interesting all the time.
I just love them. It's in my blood.
Stebbins has been fascinated with steam trains forever.
That's typical of, I think, a lot of railroaders.
And traveled all over South America just to ride their old trains at 15,000 feet in the Andes or along the Amazon. But he believes the train he runs today is the best.
Probably for preservation, this is the best there is in the world.